Hello beautiful people, Shane here. I'm doing a video today to talk about knife warranties. Um, there are lots of different companies out there that offer all different types of warranties. You've got companies like Essie that offer a no questions asked warranty. Well, why would they do that? Essie does that. It's really kind of a case of cockiness. They know how well their knives are built, and they know that if you send a broken knife in under warranty, you misused it. Um, it's all too often that we forget that we are buying cutting tools. They're designed. This seems stupid, but it's a knife with a sharp edge that's designed to push through a material or drag across a material to um, separate that material, turn it into two pieces. That's what they are. Anything after that is unnecessary and secondary. They are cutting tools. Uh, why would a company like Essie warranty a knife with a broken blade? Well, like I said, it's just it's partially sales gimmick, and it's partially them being cocky and how well their knife is built. But if you have to have it warranted, it was your fault. There's no reason for them to warranty that. Um, the reason I've got this knife on the table is you can clearly see it's got a broken tip. Also, this is an old Presidio automatic, and as you can see, I'm not touching the access lock. This thing is unsafe. Um, this is a fine example to talk about when we talk about knife warranties, because there's two things going on here. One, the gentleman who used this and broke the tip off of it, I'm not going to get into that story because it's his story to tell, and it's not as menial as most of our broken knife stories. But he broke this tip off doing something with it that he wasn't supposed to. Now, should Benchmade warranty that? Absolutely not. Um, that's why they charge for a reblade. There's no situation under which they should ever warranty a blade from here out. I'll get back to that in a moment. Um, if you've used it so much that you've sharpened it down till it's so thick behind the edge that you can't get it sharp anymore, it's just not usable as a cutting tool, well, that means that you've worn it out. Um, that's not a warranty issue. You got your good out of it. Apparently you used it a lot. It's time to buy a new one. If it's got a broken blade, that should never fall under a warranty issue, because there's no reason for a knife to have a broken blade. If you can tell me that you were pushing this knife through a piece of rope and the tip broke off, I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to have to see video evidence of that. Either you misused it or you dropped it, or there are circumstances that may not necessarily be your fault, but it's not the fault of the knife either. So, no, that shouldn't be a warranty issue. Yes, you should have to pay for a reblade. The reason I say from here out is because if the issue is somewhere around the pivot or the lock face, something like that, that may be a little bit different, because now you're talking about a safety concern. And if the knife was poorly built and the lock won't stay engaged, that could be catastrophic. That could be physically harmful. In an extreme situation, it could be deadly. So that's a little different. Now, on to the broken lock mechanism. I don't even know what causes this. I know we've all talked about in length about broken omega springs on axis locks. This technically isn't an axis lock because it's an axis lock auto, and I don't know how that works. I haven't taken this knife apart because it's not mine. But yes, this is why a knife should have warranties. I don't care if this knife is 50 years old. This is a safety concern. This is something that Benchmade should and will stand behind. With all that being said, how necessary is a knife warranty? You know, guys, I hear people talk about all the time that they prefer Benchmade over Spyderco because Benchmade's warranty department is easier to deal with. That may be so, um, but the thing is, I've never had a warranty issue with a Spyderco. I've never needed a repair done. So I don't know. I don't know how important it is to me. Now, I'm not arguing that one's better than the other, and I'm not arguing that we don't need warranties. I just feel like that if you buy a good, reputable knife that's been tested and you've done your research, you probably are never going to have an issue with it. I don't believe I'll ever have an issue with that Manix. I don't hear people having issue with hose axis locks. I honestly don't hear people having issues with axis locks that much that don't uh, fall back on fidgeting. Um, I've never heard a guy say I was caping an elk and that my omega spring broke. I've never heard a guy say I was pushing the edge through a piece of paracord and the axis lock broke. I've had one Benchmade fail me. The axis lock didn't break. It jumped out of the hole and got wedged between the liner and the scale. And apparently that may have been my fault because I backed the pivot off a little too far because I was trying to improve the action and make a knife into something that it's not. I was trying to turn a cutting tool into a fidget toy, which makes absolutely no sense. If I wanted a fidget toy, I should have bought a fidget toy. That was a cutting tool. Um, so anyway, I hear people all the time bragging about companies, man. Uh, this company's great to buy for. They've got an excellent service department. They have an excellent warranty service. They should, because anything you buy from a reputable maker, they should stand behind their product to do what it was designed to do and do it safely and hold up for an adequate amount of time. When you've wore something out, that's not warranty. That's, you just wore it out. You apparently got your money out of it. It's time to buy another one. Um, I just don't feel like, as much as I like Benchmade, and I do own Benchmades and I love my Benchmades, I don't feel like the excellent warranty should be an influential matter. I don't feel like I don't feel like it counts because if you're making me a good product, then I shouldn't need a warranty, and it shouldn't matter if I break a blade. I shouldn't complain about a reblade because there's no instance in using a cutting tool that a blade is going to break. So I just wanted to touch on that, and I also want to hear you guys' opinions on it. Let me know what you think. Is there ever a broken blade issue that you can think of that you feel like the knife manufacturer should have to stand behind? Because I can't think of any. So anyway, appreciate any amount of time you guys spend with me. That's all I got. Peace. Love y'all.